Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another Infinity Kingdom guide. Welcome and sorry for the delay in publishing, but I have a pretty nice guide for you guys on Alliance War Technology. We all know that technology is one, if not the most important thing to boost your power, your combat strength in Infinity Kingdom, and Alliance technology is a main key way of getting those added bonuses, those combat buffs that allow you to take advantage or at least play on a level playing field in Infinity Kingdom. Alliance technology is a key aspect. It's a key aspect of Infinity Kingdom. It's a key aspect of war and combat and buffs in general and power of your marches. Having the right technology in your alliance can make a huge difference in combat. It provides crucial buffs and it increases your power quite significantly. Thus, it improves your chance of victory. At the very least, if you're fighting on, endgame conquest servers, you want to be on a level playing field, but this is more for the growing players, the players who have not completed all of your alliance technology, those who are still donating and improving. Which tech options should you pick first? What's the most important? And to do that, we're gonna give some tips on how to invest the right way in alliance technology, how to make your alliance a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. I've made a tier list. We're gonna go, I know I say I hate tier lists, and for Immortals and Tower of Knowledge skills I do, but for something like this, a tier list seems quite fitting. First up, we have the S tier. And in the S tier, we've only got Bowman Attack and Bowman HP. These are by far the best technologies because they provide a significant boost to your Bowman. Now, Bowmen are one of the most important units in the game, troop types in the game, simply because, Bowman Immortals are oftentimes excellent at decimating your enemies. They are quite often your main damage dealers and those you want to have as high power on as possible. Moreover, the simple fact that you are always running 2 Bowman Immortals in any army composition just makes Bowman so much superior to everything else that it needs its own tier. For A tier, here we have more stuff, because here cavalry and shieldmen also come into play. Before I go over these 3 A tier techs, there are actually 5, but I've merged some of them together. We're gonna go over them one by one, but before we do so, I just want to mention another way of getting superior value for your alliance. Another great way to make sure that your alliance is more powerful than your enemies. You can get tech, you can get troops, you can boost, but end of the day, we know that Infinity Kingdom is also a spender game. If you want to get absolute maxed out on everything, then you need to be able to get as much value as possible for every dollar you spend. Now, Huawei has a brand new campaign that I think is pretty relevant for you guys because it's something that sits on top of everything else that they're already doing. It's just more value. It's a brand new thing called Guild Support Plan. It's 8%. Well, you can earn up to 8% in points in pure cashback. It means 8% more dollars for you to spend on whatever you are spending on already in Infinity Kingdom. And what I think is pretty nice about this campaign and why I think it's important for you guys to know about is the fact that it stacks. This thing stacks on top of whatever campaigns are running already. So for instance, the Spring Fiesta thing that we dealt with last week, the week before, something like that, this sits on top. You can go and spend as an individual player, earning the rewards and the bonuses and the discounts from individual campaigns like the Spring Fiesta, and on top of it, it also counts towards your alliance, your guild support plan, and once that hits the thresholds, you're gonna get 8% back on top of whatever you're doing already. So pretty neat, and something I just wanted to mention before we dive too far into the tech. But back to Alliance War technology. Continuing down for the A tier, we have Cavalry and Shieldman attack and HP. We have Bowman defense, we have Cavalry, Shieldman, defense. So, as I said, I'm going to take them one by one. And first up, Cavalry and Shieldman attack and defense. These technologies are similar to Bowman attack and HP, but for Cavalry and Shieldman instead. Kind of self-explanatory, makes sense. Why you want to do Cavalry and Shieldmen is because these are more significant, they are more important troops than Spearmen, which are going to come later. These technologies increase your damage dealt and your HP, giving you more not resilience, more of a health pool to stay in combat for longer times, have superior troop count for longer time. This is the troop HP of a single troop, meaning that damage taken, if I take damage equivalent to a lot of troops at any point in time, having more HP means that you lose fewer troops for the same damage taken. That means retention of troop power, troop count, which also means more damage. And as we all know from the many guides by now, retaining troop count is extremely important in Infinity Kingdom. That also leads into Bowman defense, because what we're doing here is saying, well, offense is important, but defense is equally important. Bowman defense technology will make your bowmen more resilient. They can survive more damage. They have damage mitigation, hence it's gonna retain troops as well. But also just a nice defensive tech that just makes you able to take slightly more hits. Why we've got Bowman defense here, it's not defense is inferior to attack and HP, but it is still important. And since we are running, yes, you guessed it, 2 Bowman, then Bowman defense takes priority above, but only slightly above, Cavalry and Shieldman defense, just because you get double the value. But the next one is Cavalry and Shieldman defense. Just like the Bowman, this technology boosts your Cavalry and Shieldman units, making them more resilient in battle. Excellent technology, and you want to get those. That concludes the A tier and moves us into the B tier talents. These are, or not talents, technology, sorry. These are particularly interesting to me because they are something that most players seem to completely overlook. If you ask most players about what is home turf and what is fight side by side, they are more than likely to say, I have no idea. That's unfortunate because these are actually quite excellent technologies. Home turf to begin with, this is a technology that provides a significant increase to the power of your immortals while defending your own city. It's a great tech when we are fighting, your city's under attack, your allies are garrisoning you. Well, you want home turf to get that extra combat buff. As for side by side, this technology provides the reverse kind of buff. This is for rallying down your enemies, right? Fighting side by side with your ally friends just provides a further increase and boost to the attack damage of every single member in the rally. It goes to I believe it's a 6% cap, which is just 6% more damage and extremely powerful. That moves us to the C tier. Still pretty good buffs, but slightly less than the rest of them. What we'll have here is Spearman. Spearman. So we got HP, attack, and defense all for your Spearman. Why do these have a category all for themselves? Well, I've given Spearman a tier all by itself, simply because these technologies are not as important as the others because you don't really rely on Spearman. Some players use mortals like Peter, and that's great. Some even use Caesar, fine. But the majority of your alliance members are not going to be relying on Spearman immortals. They are simply not that good compared to the Shieldmen and the Cavalry alternatives. Also, most players are probably going to be neglecting their own personal Spearman tech entirely, because removing an entire troop tier from your actual your roster, your tech tree, it means you can go so much further down on the other troop types. Spearmen are by far the worst kind of troop, or well, they have the worst kind of immortals, and that just means that only a few of you guys are going to be running Spearmen, and as such, an alliance should not prioritize it. That being said, if you are in an alliance where you've all gone nuts on Spearmen Immortals, that's great. Go ahead and get that Spear tech before the other types. But this is a general list, this is a tier list for most players. Moves us into the F tier, the crap tier. We got quick response, assembly charge, garrison defense, minimized losses, and wall durability. Going by one, quick response. This technology provides you a boost to the speed at which your marches march. It's not a combat buff, but what it is it increases the speed, and it's a nice quality of life thing to have. It can indirectly be a combat buff in the sense that the speed at which you guys are attacking and defending and garrisoning does provide some strategic advantage if you can move faster, or disadvantage if you move more slowly than your enemies. But end of the day, it's more a quality of life thing than anything else. Same thing with assembly charge. It just increases the march rate of attacking rallies. For minimized losses, another nice quality of life thing. All these F tiers are quality of life, right? What minimized losses does is it provides the proportion of the seriously wounded troops when fighting within your alliance territory goes down by 20%. It's fine. You lose slightly less troops you have to heal up again. It's great, but it doesn't make you stronger. Wall durability, the last one, it just increases the durability of your walls. This could it kind of be a combat buff. If you are being attacked and you lose, you do have a chance to win it at your walls, and if you have, amazing wall defense personal technology, this can provide the difference needed. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make your marches stronger, doesn't make your army stronger. It's F tier. That's it. Now, overall, investing in the right war talents is absolutely essential for any alliance that wants to be successful in combat. By prioritizing the right technologies, you can make your troops more powerful, more resilient, more deadly, and increase your chances of victory in the battlefield. This is extremely important, especially with SVS, Legion of Frostborn, being out and fighting right now. In conclusion, investing in war technology is crucial for your alliance's success in Infinity Kingdom. Choosing the right technology to prioritize can be difficult, involves some difficult decisions, but with this tier list, I hope that you can sort of sift through and get an idea of what kind of progression path are we gonna go down on as an alliance. Remember that focusing on a few key technologies rather than trying to level up everything at once can lead to faster overall growth and improvement. That being said, you do want to spread it slightly out within the tiers, just because of the way that the increase with every level goes. So you want to go all of the S tiers, first, then get a couple A's. Maybe a few B's, but at least go through S, then some A. Just make sure that you always prioritize S tier Bowmans above everything else, and then the A tiers above the rest. Makes sense, right? Anyway, that's all I have for this one. Work together with your alliance, strategize, prioritize wisely, and just become a dominant force in Infinity Kingdom. I'm Myrak. You can find me on server 105, and I'm pretty active on Discord as well. Hit me up if you have something to share, something you'd like to do. I'm always around. As always, please do subscribe to the channel I consistently release new content here on the IK channel and on the official IK Wiki website. Links are in the description. On these channels you can find guides from everything in IK, from events to talents, passives, finished builds and game mechanics. With that, I'm gonna leave you, and as always, thank you for watching and see you for the next one.